Simone Jardim getting ready to take the court alongside her partner Allison Harris, and it has been a very successful season for Simone Jardim, the 44-year-old out of Naples, Florida. 13 medals on the APP this year. The majority of those have been in women's doubles with Paris Todd, but make no mistake, she is a very seasoned, veteran, and skilled player.
I'm glad you just went with seasoned. And you didn't because
That's
I would have heard it way more than you tonight. But yes, Simone is spending more time training and conditioning wise and really trying to get into shape to be able to prolong her competing and her competitive season. So she's putting in a lot of work, especially coming into this one.
Her partner Allison Harris, 30 years old, Nashville, Tennessee is her home, played collegiate tennis at Central Arkansas. She was a sugar bear, still making that adjustment over to pickleball, but has done so quickly.
The adjustment has been very quick for Allison Harris, and again, not having any problems finding partners new in her career. A lot of times you get a newbie coming in and it's very hard to find a good, consistent partner. Allison Harris has proved that she deserves to be with some very good partners. She's playing with Simone Jardim, Hunter Johnson this weekend, and already, like I said earlier, punched her ticket to one gold medal match, looking to do a second here today.
If Harris comes away with a couple more medals, you would have to imagine partners going to be knocking down her door moving forward. They are the 2 seed here in the 2023 APP Sunmed New Jersey Open, this quarterfinals women's doubles match. As we are just getting underway here on Saturday afternoon, 3 gold tickets punched the gold medal matches. We have 2 more to give away today in men's and women's doubles both. We will have a full day of action for you coming up here from Avalon, New Jersey. Guys, what's the one thing that you're looking for most in this matchup?
Consistency. Again, Chad and I talk about all the time. You're playing against the 2 seed here this weekend in Jardim and Harris, and if you are opposing them, you need to play clean. It's limit the unforced errors, if to like none, basically, when you're playing against a team that's that good. And if you can do that, you give yourself a fighting chance. And that's the best way to do this against a team like Harris and Jardim that are going to play great defense and turn that defense into offense.
Yeah, and I think for Brown and Wang, they definitely have to stay calm and composed. They can't pull the trigger too soon, but at the same time, they do need to be aggressive. They need to try to set the tempo, because if Jardim and Harris set the tempo, they're going to be in trouble.
Brown opening up the serve, and immediately Jardim putting it away with the overhead.
Maybe a little tight on that first drop there from Aaliyah Brown, going really high. Jardim says thank you.
Jardim couldn't quite come up with the slice.
Yeah, it was a good spot there from Wang. Stepping over, good forehand to the feet of Jardim as she was coming up in transition.
Back and forth rally, and it's already Harris showing why she's such a skilled player on that right side.
Well, she does. She's not very predictable, meaning she moves the ball inside and out well, and she reads her opponents well.
And another good drop there from Harris. She does put a lot of topspin on that forehand side, whether it's with her drop or whether it's with her rolls up at the kitchen line.
Wow, great hands there from Aaliyah Brown on the speed-up cross-court from Allison Harris. And we've seen Allison Harris a lot over the last couple months. That is one of her bread and butters, is the cross-court speed-up. So Brown better be ready for that.
Just couldn't quite get the friendly roll. Harris got it just a bit too fine.
Yeah, it was actually a really good ball by Wang there, going in between the feet of Harris. You saw Harris have to scramble back from the kitchen line there to try to give herself some room, but she just ran out of time.
Ooh. Wang going right at Harris.
Yeah, that ball might have been about 10, 15 feet out, but Harris, she came to play.
When it gets on you that quick, there's only so much you can do.
Ball's just deep. Wind behind Jardim and Harris right now, so throwing up those lobs, you have to go a little bit shorter with the end change. You'll be able to throw that up and let the wind knock it down.
We've seen players really struggle with the lobs this week, trying to gauge where's a good opportunity as Wang drops that into the net.
Yeah, well, I mean, part of it, the wind wasn't as strong when this draw started this morning. We're a little bit later into the day now, and the wind's starting to pick up.
Harris going right at Brown cross court.
But handling the pressure from Wang. Wang came up through that transition area and was just full go right there. Everything pulling the trigger until Harris could finally find one she could counter. And where does she go? She goes cross court with that speed up right at Aaliyah Brown.
Yeah, but she made the adjustment on the spot there too. Went a little bit more right shoulder, where Brown was able to clear herself on the backhand side on the previous one. Jardim looking a little off balance there coming forward.
That's a patent Jardim shot, that third shot lob, and then she comes in and destroys that fifth.
Brown not able to handle the serve. That evens the score up at 3-3-2.
3-3-2.
Nice strike there from Jardim.
And that's what Allison Harris is so good about. She resets this ball right here. It was a good speed up from Wang, but she takes a step back, resets it, gets the ball down. The next one pops up, and it's a 1-2 combination.
Wow.
High ball that Jardim puts away. Dom, you've called Harris a chameleon in the way that she plays. What does that mean in terms of her skill set and how she's able to adapt to her partners?
Well, so we were talking yesterday because Allison Harris is known to go cross court. She loves the forehand roll. She loves to speed up cross court from that right side.
Great defensive effort, but it left an easy ball.
But just to finish that, when we saw it, we see that. She loves the cross court from that right side. But what we saw a lot yesterday in mixed was she started going behind, right? A little inside-out forehand. And so she's adjusting and adapting. And what was the reason for that? It's because she was reading a lot of the male players stepping into the middle and covering. And so she started going behind.
It's time for the Tervis hydration break here in the women's quarterfinal doubles match between Simone Jardim, Allison Harris, Zoe Wang, and Aaliyah Brown.
I always enjoy the Tervis hydration. My goodness, can I spit it out today?
Well, clearly you need your water. You're already having some issues.
I'm a little parched. I do need the hydration.
It's been a hot week. It's been humid. It has been like this every single day.
Yeah, you know, I sweat regardless.
I'm aware. I stand next to you for 7 hours.
The fact that we are sitting here under a tent and we're still dripping in sweat just tells you how humid and how sticky the temperatures are here this week.
It is. It's been humid. We got here on Wednesday. Wednesday was real bad. It seemed to get a little better into today, but then all of a sudden we got here and it was just very sticky and humid. A lot of the players having problems cramping, not hydrated enough. And again, that's an issue. But everyone thinks, oh, I'll get hydrated that day and I'll make sure I get. No, that happens weeks
already
before.
too late. That's already too late.
As a player, when you're dealing with those kind of issues, what is the best way to counter that humidity and heat?
I mean, like we were just talking about, what Dom was just talking about, you have to start hydrating the night before rather than starting to hydrate when you feel thirsty on the day. So, the hydration starting, and then, if you can,
pushed it wide.
If you can, continually go throughout the day. There's products out there now. One of them specifically Drip Drop that we use here with the APP, as far as replacing the electrolytes and the stuff lost.
Oh,
nice
wow.
flick from Jardim.
You just talk about completely handcuffed right there. As Aaliyah Brown thought she was going forehand, she sat here, got crossed up, and then never even got a paddle on that ball.
Jardim just showing off her smarts. Another easy put away.
Yeah, and it's another good ball from Jardim there. She sets up like she's going to go back cross court to Wang, but it's that quick trigger pull and that quick flick into the body of Brown that creates the pop-up.
7-3-1. Beautiful lob. Jardim just all over those short balls at the kitchen line.
But again, her lob game is off the charts right now, and she's just feeling it and just flipping them up from midcourt, from the kitchen line, every which way, and they're all working.
8-3-1.
Oh, what misdirection from Harris. She held that to the last second.
Well, it's right on cue, right? It's exactly what we talked about. What did she see Wang do? Wang pinched middle really hard right there, and she just goes inside out.
Yeah, a good 1-2 there from Wang. She caught Harris still moving a little bit. Jardim, somewhat of a dead dink going back cross court. She was trying to roll that two-hand backhand a little bit more, but Wang seeing the opportunity to speed that ball up.
9-3-2. What a powerful strike. Harris just able to pinpoint her winners.
But you watch her shoulders, too. She's leaning middle, right? And so she's forcing your opponent to watch her body. And as her body leans to the middle, that's where you think she's going, and she just inside-outs it.
Very similar to shot to Carlos Alcaraz last night in the match against Medvedev. Easy put away from Jardim. Gives Jardim and Harris game one.
Yeah, and a good setup there again. Harris and Jardim fighting that one off. Good forehand there, but Jardim just slides it along the paddle back behind Wang. And Wang is stuck in the middle of the court. Nothing she could do there.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the Vlasic Instant Classic recap from last week in Chicago.
I love competing, and I just have so much fun playing.
I really feel most comfortable slowing it down, taking my time.
Pickleball, sport of the future. I got this downstairs. The guy who gave it to me is a professional pickleballer.
Stay on the offensive. Push back.
Don't blink. Oh, you'll miss it.
Always waiting for an ATP.
You gotta stay focused. The very last shot.
I hate to lose, but I love to win.
I only like gold, baby.
Looking good in gold, Viv. You too.
I don't play pickleball, but I might.
So plenty of action coming up on the APP Tour following the Sunmed Open here in New Jersey, Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, the Indoor Championships, and the newly announced tournament in Rosemont, Illinois. Guys, we still got a full slate left.
Well, yeah, those Indoor Championships in Rosemont are going to be great. It's going to be a nice venue. Everything around there, even though it is the wintertime in Chicago, there's going to be no shortage of fun there in Rosemont for those Indoor Championships.
This tournament, the 11th stop on the tour this season. Hard to believe we're already at number 11 as we get underway here in game number 2.
Yeah, good control of that point there from Wang. She moved the ball around well, didn't hit into the same spot more than twice, and she kept Harris and Jardim off balance.
Pushes it just a little bit long off the backhand.
I don't mind the idea right there, but she's really just got to back off that because Harris, again, pinching in that middle, looking to take that and cut that off. Goes behind her. But again, got to take something off that.
What do Brown and Wang need to do differently here in game 2?
They have to set the tone. They have to set the pace.
And not make unforced errors like that.
I feel like every time we say, what do they have to do, it always comes down to the team that we're talking about misses the ball into the net. And Dom, you talked about at the beginning, you have to play clean against Harris and Jardim.
Jardim and Harris not going to give away any easy points. And as I say that, Harris comes up a little bit short.
Well, that's a good ball right there from Wang as Brown pulled Harris all the way outside the sideline. And then Wang finds it with the winner in the middle.
Jardim trying to go down line. Brown not able to handle it. Now Harris and Jardim on the board here in game 2.
Another good drive there from Jardim. The return just a little too short there from Brown. Anytime you're allowing your opponents to step in and gain court coverage on that third shot,
Jardim just can't quite cut it back.
Well, great defensive play by Jardim in the first point right there. As she was coming through transition, she gets a nice wide base, resets, that gets back in, but then the unforced error.
oh, they did all the hard work.
That was the easiest ball she was going to get.
Can we talk about the defense, though, there from Wang?
Yeah, I mean, that's excellent court coverage there from Wang. The best part about that is when she was pulled out wide on the backhand side, she just put a ball back into the middle that allowed both her and Brown to get back into position.
She does not miss that shot very often. When she gets that low roll, she knows the pace she needs to get on that. She will not miss that very often.
And didn't miss by much either.
She actually just decelerated a little bit, which pushed that ball long. If you accelerate all the way through that, it tends to drop quicker. That's in.
Oh, the English.
The spin that it had on it from the block.
Look at the wind direction, though, too. The wind was blowing back across the court. It pushed that ball in the direction with the spin.
As hard as it is as a player, that's a ball that you need to hit in the air because you have to know that as soon as it bounces, you're never going to be able to get to it.
Not the right speed up right there from Allison Harris at all.
Spot.
No.
Speed up and spot. Bad decision on that.
She went right to the two-handed backhand of Wang, and she puts that ball away cross court.
Wang with a little paddle shake.
Yeah, another good counter there from Aaliyah Brown. That was one of the things that I spoke to her earlier about today. She said yesterday she was getting jammed up into the body. We talked about just taking a step with that right foot, clearing the backhand, and she's had a couple of good counterattacks so far in this match on the backhand side.
Wang with the unforced error. 1-2-2 here in game 2. Beautiful.
Would you two stop pointing at each other and just talk about
that?
The point?
All started with the counter of Aaliyah Brown. Instead of sitting back on that, Aaliyah Brown took the offensive initiative and started that, and Wang gets the put away, but that is initiated and created by Aaliyah Brown right there.
2-2-2. Brown on serve.
Yeah, and again, so you started to say at the beginning of this game, what did Brown and Wang have to do or have to change in this one? And they're starting to kind of seize the opportunity to speed it up and change the tempo, because when Jardim and Harris are controlling everything, they're off balance. They're now keeping Jardim and Harris off balance with the speed ups. Ooh, somehow she.
Somehow that ball didn't go out.
Oh, it went out. It's somehow Harris didn't hit it.
I don't know how it didn't stay in. She didn't get a lot of it.
There's a side out for Harrison Jardim.
And there's that combo. It's third shot lob, fifth shot drive. And Jardim does it better than anybody.
So we actually hit a little bit on Wednesday before coming, or Thursday morning before coming here, actually. And that's what she was working on more. Yeah, too
nice
good there from Harris. But, what Jardim is looking for is throwing up that lob, getting that somewhat easier overhead to be able to step back in. And what she's done is she can now drive because she's already pulled her opponent off the kitchen line. So it opens up the possibility of getting a ball down to the feet or jamming them up and they're away from the kitchen. That one didn't go as deep because of the wind.
Wind picking up a bit here on championship court. It has been gusty at times. This is one of the least amount of wind
it's
is
calmer
actually
today.
seen.
Right now it's calmer. Potentially coming later.
Right into the body of Wang goes Jardim, and that's always a good idea going center mass.
Well, yeah, again, she went outside in, or she went line and then changed it, right? So she had Wang pinching to the middle. So not going to that same spot.
Coming right at you.
Yeah, you were the slowest.
I was.
Slowest
I
hand.
was.
She didn't even move. But another good attack there from both Harris and Jardim. Going into the left hip of Wang. The downside for Wang right there is after she fought off that first backhand, she took a step to the middle, and it got that ball, the next ball, further behind her on the backhand side.
Harrison Jardim up 6-3 as Brown and Wang want to take a timeout here in game number 2 with some work to do here in this women's quarterfinals doubles match. And to your point about the relative inexperience about Brown and Wang, not just on tour but playing together, what have you liked, even though the score's not in their favor, what have you liked about the way that they've played here in game number 2?
Well, again, Chad pointed out, I pointed out a little bit, is that we have seen them early on. Now, they were at 3-3. And the reason it was that tight that early is because they were the ones initiating. Now, these last 3 points, they've seemed to got on their heels a little bit. They need to get on their toes and be the initiator of those speed-ups. And if they can do that, it's, again, like any good team. If they're a pressure team, like Jardim and Harris are, typically they don't like being pressured. That's why they put the pressure on first. Brown and Wang did that here early on. Now kind of got on their heels a little bit. Let's see if they can kind of come out of this timeout and make that adjustment.
Jardim and Harris cruising. They took game number 1 11-3, up 6-3 here in game number 2. Jardim just couldn't quite get the roll.
Yeah, I mean, that's the speed up that she wants. It's something she's been working on. But again, with that two-handed speed up there on the backhand side, if the ball gets too deep or level with the body, it's extremely difficult to get that up and over the net.
Nice pickup. Easy put away for Jardim.
It was a good pickup by Brown, but that's patent Allison Harris right here. Cross-court roll, getting the pop-up, and Jardim able to take advantage.
Even if you are able to pick up that ball, you're going to lift it so high, it's the easy put away. Beautiful combination. Another put away. That has been the game plan so far for Harrison Jardim. They've gotten a lot of those easy balls at the kitchen line.
Well, they're now taking the approach of speeding up into the body of Brown and Wang, which is what they were doing in game 1. But like you're talking about, Dom, Brown and Wang going into the body of Jardim and Harris early, it doesn't allow them to set the tone. Now what they're doing is, their returns are a little shorter for Brown and Wang. The drops are a little bit higher, so they're not able to get into a good position to try to initiate the speed-ups.
Oh, that ball does drop in, and I think Harris thought that had a lot more on it, but it drops right in on the baseline. Nice job by Leah Brown.
A little smile from Brown as she heads back towards the baseline.
6-3-2.
Oh, she pushed it wide.
Just a little wide off the paddle from Harris, but the defense today from both sides has been really, really good.
Well, that's what's keeping both teams in this right here, is because when the other is on the offensive, if you don't play good defense, you're going to be out of here in about 10 minutes. Great job from Wang and Brown.
That's just too good from Jardim.
Yeah, that's one of her favorite shots as well there, is reaching in with the forehand and pulling that one cross body. A lot of the right side players will come forward sitting on the backhand.
Harris had the ball that she wanted, but dropped it in the net.
Well, great setup by Jardim. Again, initiating the pace, getting a ball for her partner Harris that she could put away, just overhitting a little bit.
Brown and Wang not going away. Coming up short.
Yeah, a good ball there from Harris. Brown trying to get up to the kitchen line, still moving, actually created that bad ball for herself and put Harris's ball at her feet.
An easy put away there for Wang. That lob just got held up in the wind.
That's a cookie there for Wang. She's like, I'll take this all day long right here. I mean, her angle was great on that. That's the key on an overhead.
Good control, kitchen court and kitchen control there from Wang. Changing spots, she pushes Harris back, and then Jarjing's kind of mid-court in that transition area, goes right at her feet.
Wang not going to miss that.
No, and the fact that Harris and Jardim were both laughing in the middle of that point and the ball in the middle, but again, a new partnership too, even though you know each other. But on court, who's going to take that ball in the middle? Is it going to be the backhand of Harris or the forehand of Jardim?
Who should it be?
Depends on the angle of the ball.
Yeah, I think Harris hit an out ball there in the middle, but did a good job defensively just to be able to get that ball back down below the net. Wang overextended there, trying to reach for that speed up.
Good put away there from Jardim. Brown backing up, but again, the combination leaving easy balls for Jardim.
But again, a nice answer. What do Wang and Brown do? They chip away. They get another point on that service game. And they've held Harris and Jardim to 6 for the past 2 service games.
6-5-1. They get 7-5-1 as that comes up short in the net.
Cuss right there, Don. Good job.
That's my bad.
We just blame everything on you.
Just apologize.
That's my fault.
Now, an excellent drop there from Harris, getting that to roll, and like we said, she hits those drops with heavy topspin, rolls that forehand well.
Tried to speed it up, but right into the paddle of Wang.
Well, I pointed out early before this match started of how much of a presence Wang makes up at the kitchen line. She's very tall, got good reach and good power, and it was just shown right there.
Uncharacteristic error from Jardim gives the serve back over to Brown, and Wang still 5-7-1. This game much tighter than game 1. Jardim going right after Wang.
Yeah, and Wang was a little off-footed right there as well. You saw her kind of take a step forward, didn't have that solid base, and when the ball's coming that hard and you're not balanced, it's very difficult to pick up. And we see it there as well. Brown trying to really crash and get up to that kitchen. Remember that you don't win the point by getting to the kitchen. Getting to the kitchen line helps you to be in a better position, but if you're sacrificing stability to get up to the kitchen line there, you need to slow yourself down.
Yeah, good ball. Jardim comes up short, but in the conversation about the kitchen line, how much of that is Brown's youth and how much of it is the game of Harris and Jardim?
A lot of it is Brown's youth. It's still, you feel like you need to get up to that kitchen line so quickly.
Wow.
Great ball from Wang.
Just the power up at the kitchen line and what she can do with the ball inside out. She really hit spots well, and she had moved Harris way off the court. Then Harris coming back to pinch, and then she goes back to that sideline.
5-7-1. 5-7-1. Easy put away for Jardim.
The ATP, though, from Aaliyah Brown right there. Beautifully done, but great defense by Jardim. And then if you miss that one, you're kicking yourself in the butt right there because it's a wide open court.
A little unlucky there for Brown with Jardim's backhand speed up catching the net court. Difficult to adjust to.
7-5-1. 7-5-1 as Jardim and Harris try and close this match out. Harris taking some big swings. There's a lot of power behind that paddle.
Well, yeah, she's on her front foot moving forward and, again, swinging freely. And it's whatever team can start that, initiate that first, seems to have the advantage in this match.
Beautiful put away. The former wedding photographer that now calls her pickleball career her full-time job.
Well, she stepped in, played well, picked up some good partnerships. Why not?
Why not, right?
There we go. Timeout here from Brown and Wang, and a good position for it.
And trailing 9-5 here in game number 2 as Harris and Jardim inching closer to taking this women's quarterfinals double match here on Saturday at the APP Sunmed New Jersey Open.
Here's a replay of that last point right here as you watch. Again, nice cross court from Harris, but then it's that around the post there from Aaliyah Brown. But again, great defense from Jardim on the around the post. I'm still very impressed, even though 11-3 loss, 9-5 here. They're not out of it by any means, but very impressed by both by Brown and Wang and how they're able to stay in this match and still stay confident because they're handling everything that Jardim and Harris bring at them, and they figured out that, hey, we need to kind of step up our pressure. That's what's kept them in this second game.
That exchange, by the way, the Sunmed recovery moment of the match. And we talk about the partnerships, and we've mentioned it a couple of times that Harris and Jardim a new partnership, but how difficult is it to slot in somebody brand new, not a few days before the tournament, but literally the day before you play?
Well, I think with the partnership of Jardim and Harris, Allison and Simone have become good friends over the last few months. And it's kind of, going in and yes, there's some pressure as far as you have to perform, but
it helps perform like that at the kitchen line.
But at the same time, the discussion between Allison and Simone were, hey, we're going to go in, we're going to have fun, we're going to play loose and just let our games dictate.
Pushes it long, and the game and the match go the way of Jardim and Harris. They take it 11-3, 11-5.
Yeah, good showing there for Simone Jardim and Allison Harris, taking this one somewhat convincingly, but definitely a good showing from Brown and Wang and developing that partnership.
We'll hear from Jardim and Harris coming up here in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. There's more action from the 2023 APP Sunmed New Jersey Open.
We save time when we buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Which means more time
Take a check.
Kyle, it's pickleball.
Every time.
002.
Get 30% shorter average wait time when you buy and book online at discounttire.com.
We started this mission in tennis about 5 years ago. We've been perfecting our craft and our tools. We now see a phenomenal opportunity to take all that and bring it into pickleball to support an emerging ecosystem that's booming. And it's a super complementary partnership for us with the experience and the existing events that are up and running, the recreational element of APP. It's a fantastic 1 + 1 is going to equal 4. So we're thrilled to be partnering with APP.
And we take another look here at match point for Simone Jardim and Allison Harris. Good attacks here from Wang and stretching Jardim and Harris out, but it's the defense. And a little bit of a switch here. 2 big forehands from Harris. And that last one from Wang going a little bit wide, a little bit deep. So we have Dominic Catalano, who is courtside with Simone and Allison.
Courtside with Allison Harris, Simone Jardim. Congratulations, moving on to the semifinals. Allison, a first-time partnership. You weren't even supposed to be here this weekend. You get the call from Simone. What's that like playing with her?
I mean, it's great. It's a dream partner. She's so fun and so easy to play with.
And Simone, again, why Allison? Why would you call her a newbie to the sport? But again, she's making her mark on the sport.
Honestly, like, it's awful to say this, but it is. I met her a few months ago, and I thought it was Corinne. I'm not gonna lie. We walk into Nashville, and with friends, like Eileen's there, and I was like, that looks like Corinne. And I don't know, like Corinne and I were best friends. We played together. And then on top of that, like their personalities are similar. I was like, I like this girl. So I mean, honestly, like she's so good. Like right away, I knew like this girl is gonna play because Eileen wanted to see like, can she play pro? I was like, yeah, she can play pro. And she's, I mean, so athletic and just great personality. And I mean, she's got a killer smile. We all know that killer smile is like, it's not that she's nice, it's because she's ready to kill you while smiling.
And Allison, we talked about how you love playing the right side, and it was a big factor in why you decided to come, because you play right side with Hunter and with Simone. Why do you like that side so much?
I just feel comfortable over there. I love forehand dinking all day, and I don't know, it's easy when you have 2 left side players like Hunter and Simone to play with, so they make my job easy.
All right, well, congratulations, ladies. Moving on to the semifinals, we'll have our next match here on Championship Court at the APP Sunmed New Jersey Open.